Welcome to the Slow Home Studio. Today we're talking about the differences, pros and cons between eating bars and eating counters.
Yeah, it seems like people have an instant reaction to one or the other, but we should look at the details of them before we make a decision about which one is better. So an eating bar is typically 42 inches off the ground, and that is a critical dimension because it fits with the typical ergonomics of a bar stool. And that means that the bar height is 6 inches higher than your counter, which is 36 inches off the ground.
And that really is the critical issue here, is that it provides that extra little bit of protection so that you can't see what's going on in the countertop.
Exactly. Now, unfortunately, with the world of detailing, we tend to get a lot of chunky, ugly details with eating bars that are not very elegant. So a lot of people don't like them because they either take up and dominate too much room in the kitchen, or they're really clumsily detailed.
That's right. And not always, though.
No.
Here we've got an example of an eating bar that's actually been integrated into some storage. This is a project by Battersby Howitt. Gives you that surface. Sometimes this surface can get a little narrow. That's also an issue, and it feels like you're eating on an airplane tray, I find. But if you're worried about being a slightly messy cook, this kind of solution can help in a lot of situations.
Right, so the alternative is an eating counter, and the difference between the eating counter and the eating bar is the height off the ground. These are 36 inches off the ground, so it just continues out the surface of the counter. There's a 12-inch overhang to allow your stool to tuck in. You have to have it at that height because stools only come in two heights. They come in a height for an eating counter, which is 36, or an eating bar, 42 inches.
That's right. What I like about this is that it gives you that extended working surface. So sometimes you can be sitting here having a drink, and sometimes you can be sitting there cooking, and it gives you a little bit more flexibility, I think, in the kitchen.
Yeah, it really does make the kitchen appear bigger when you have an eating counter because the size of your island or peninsula is extended that extra 12 inches. So you have the appearance visually of a larger kitchen.
I also like the fact that it's a little bit lower down. It means that it's actually what we're sitting on right here. It means that the stools are not quite so high. You're not, particularly if you're a little shorter, it means you're not sort of wobbling around up there at the end. This is another one of our projects with the eating bar here, and if you carefully articulate how you organize the appliances, you can usually overcome that issue about having clutter being seen from the living space.
Yeah, so my personal preference is I really do like the eating counter height. I know some people like the eating bar height, but that really depends if you're a messy cook.
See you next time.
Welcome to the second course in our Slow Home Fundamentals series.
In this two-part online course, we're going to show you how to apply the slow home philosophy in the real world in order to start making smarter, more sustainable choices about where and how you live.